Good evening, America. We're here with...
We're here with Marco, and I'm here with Caesar. And it looks like that degree finally worked for something, huh, Caesar? You finally thought of something a little neat.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, yes, I do have a degree, surprisingly. And today we're drinking what we drank in the last podcast, the Tuesday episode, I believe. We're going to kill it. I don't know if there's enough for like 2 Caesar shots, so let me see if I could do half and half. All right, I think we can go more. Oh shit, I think we might be able to do almost a Caesar shot. Ugh.
I think one is plenty.
Oh shit, yeah, we can do it.
One is plenty. I'm pretty sure.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Hang on, I can fill you up a bit more.
That right there, kids, is science.
All right. Real quick. We lost a member. I like to think of him as a member of the MMA community. A scientist, Marcos. I don't know if he was a scientist, but he hosted a show called Sports Science, which is pretty much, I want to say, one of the first, if not the first, shows that incorporated science into the combat sports world. His name was John Brankus. I am probably mispronouncing his last name, but yeah, he lost his battle with depression, I want to say 2-3 days ago. So, it is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
June?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, check up on your friends.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
John Brankus, may you rest in peace. This one's for you. Oh, fuck. It was way smoother fucking a few days ago. Shit.
I'm 3 sips in, and I'm not even halfway. That stuff's strong, man. What is it?
It's, bourbon whiskey.
Is it? Feels a little rougher than the last stuff we drank.
You think?
43.
Freddie was saying that it tastes smoother. Freddie and Raccoon Blues were saying that it's smoother than bourbon, or at least the bourbon that we had. I kind of agreed with them, but now I'm kind of I'm thinking it's the same shit. Oh, well, you know what? I drank it when it was room temperature. We're drinking it right now while it's been in the freezer for almost an hour. So that might...
That usually helps.
Wow, it didn't fucking help. Oh, fuck, man.
Oof. That stuff is rough. That's a little more rough than last time. I had to take that in 7 sips at least. Fuck. All right.
So,
the past is the past.
So I wanted to, bring up the whole, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, Marcos, because, I don't know if you ever saw the last 2, this past Christmas special, like the 2024 Christmas special, and I believe the last episode of 2023, I kind of made it a point to leave a message for, I guess, particularly men, because based on the analytics, the majority of my audience is, fucking male, believe it or not. But, this also goes for women. Anybody that watches the podcast, really. I wanted to create, I'm going to use this word, space. Not a safe, I guess a safe space. Let's go with that. I wanted to create a space where, you could come and just have a good time listening to my dumbass and my guest have a few drinks, talk some shit, and hopefully, hopefully make you laugh, hopefully make you, look into shit, like whether
Like that stuff you were talking to me about before the podcast. Some guys, like bib, some kind of shirt or something. Getting twisted up into an impossible knot.
Yeah, like if you hear some stories like, oh, I want to look more into that. I want to look more into these fucking Bigfoot sightings, these drone sightings. That would be my primary goal. But, I would also want you to fucking... They say that there's a loneliness epidemic, right? Well, if you are lonely or feeling lonely, you could always come... I want you to feel like you could come to the I'm with Caesar channel and feel like, hey, I kind of belong here. That's my goal with this channel. Of course, I want you to have a good time, enjoy a few laughs here with us.
Is that why you wore red today?
I'm just trying to look good.
To be sexy.
I'm trying to show off these gains. YouTube called me fat.
Hey, so, everyone out there, come to my room.
So, fucking, yeah, that's what I wanted with this podcast. Like, because did I ever tell you, Marcos, like how I kind of, how this whole I'm with Caesar podcast kind of started?
I remember it. It was quite a while back. Maybe 2018 or something, or 17, 16.
I think I might have told you.
Yeah, I think I was probably your first guest or something.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that was back when I was using my phone. Shit.
Do you still have that file?
I don't know. Maybe in like my old laptop. But
it was surprisingly smooth for a first go.
it was smooth, but like the technology was lacking.
It was at least listenable.
So
I can't say that for all the podcasts I've been on.
So for those of you that, well, the video doesn't exist anymore on YouTube, but like, for those of you that are like barely tuning into I'm with Caesar, I started it because I don't know. I kind of felt like a failure when I was at SB. I knew I was failing, and to kind of try and like drown out those thoughts of like, oh, you fucking piece of shit. Look at you. You're fucking, what's the word? Squandering an opportunity that people would die for.
What is a failure though?
Yeah. I turned it around, so I don't know. I would say I turned that loss into a win, but that's besides the point. What I'm saying is that I felt pretty much alone. I felt pretty stupid. I felt lonely, I guess you could say that. Not because like I was literally lonely, but I didn't feel like anyone could relate to what I was going through. And one day on YouTube, I saw that Joe Rogan had a podcast, and he had the UFC president on, Dana White. Now, I'm a big MMA fan, as you guys already know. And I kind of knew Joe Rogan from Fear Factor and from his color commentating on the UFC. So I was like, what the fuck? He has a podcast? What the fuck is a podcast? So I checked it out, and just the whole idea, like, oh, fucking, hey, I'm Joe Rogan. Come to my set. And, we'll just bullshit. We'll have a few drinks. We'll tell some good stories, have a few laughs. And we're going to record it and upload it to fucking YouTube.
I remember tuning in to him, like, in 2011. back in his, like, when he first started talking about DMT. And, like, the elves and all that kind of stuff. Those are interesting stories.
So, I found Joe Rogan's podcast. I saw that he had Dana White, and I listened to it. I remember I listened to it like, I want to say like it was like midnight. It was midnight on a weekday, and I was feeling like shit, and just listening to Joe Rogan and Dana White just talking shit. I was like, wow. Something about it just made me feel like it made my sense of comfort go up. I didn't. I guess it distracted me from the fact that I was like, kind of just feeling like shit.
Joe Rogan's smart. He knows how to like talk about like almost anything.
Yeah, yeah. And then, believe it or not, that's when I found out about Bitcoin actually, because I was like, oh fuck, the episode ended.
What year was this?
This was 2013, maybe.
2013.
He had this guy that they nicknamed the Bitcoin Jesus or Bitcoin Godfather, some shit like that. I forgot his name.
Andreas
Yes. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that guy.
Cool dude.
And I was like, Bitcoin, what is that? Wow, like I'm learning so much. Like, what is this? Like all this DMT? Like,
there's something trippier than DMT out there.
I'm sure there is. Yeah. But I was listening to all this shit, right? And I was like, this is really cool. Like Joe Rogan has his own fucking show he uploads to YouTube, and anybody could just fucking tune in. Like any piece of shit like me could fucking just go on YouTube, look up Joe Rogan, and just fucking listen to his show. And it just, I don't know if you remember his old studio. It just kind of had like a better charm than his new studio in Texas does.
Which one though? The one with the red curtains, or the one with like the?
This was back when he had the brick wall.
With like the little alien or something, and
it was when
sex toys and stuff.
It was when you could see the Hendrix. I don't want to say much. Yeah, I think it was a poster.
Wasn't that with the red curtain?
No, it was when he saw the brick wall. I think then came the red curtain, if I'm not mistaken. But
or they have both at the same time.
Maybe. But the thing was like, wow, he like really created an atmosphere that's just like fucking, like, hey, yeah, fucking come and chill, and there was more. There was clips. This was before YouTube Shorts, and this was like before all these like hardcore edits of like all this funk music and Sigma male type edits came about from Joe Rogan. It was someone cut a conversation between Joe Rogan and this UFC fighter named Dan Hardy. Someone cut like their conversation from their episode. They cut it into like a fucking 5 to 8 minute clip about them talking about DMT. Yeah, I think it was DMT or ayahuasca. I forgot which one. But I don't know, like something about that fucking conversation, the whole video itself, it was just so soothing. I remember like maybe it was their tone of voice. It was just a very relaxed tone. They were probably high. It didn't sound
That's what it was. You got the contact high.
But like it was nice. Like they didn't seem judgy. It just seemed like two guys fucking like talking about an experience, and just like no judgment, just an open mind and open ears. And I like that. I was like, wow, like I really. Oh, and the lights were, I don't want to say they were dim, but the background, it was just like I
feel like we might be a little bright right now. You know what I think?
Maybe, but whatever, too late.
No.
Something about the background, something about the whole atmosphere was just relaxing. And I was just like, damn, you know what? Like, I want to do this. Like, I want to have my own podcast.
Here we are. And
yeah, I've been learning along the way, making adjustments here and there. Now we got the fucking backdrop here. I got me in a fucking tight red shirt.
You got me.
I got Marcos right here. We got a little bit of
so
Evan Williams.
Are you ready to get this party started or what?
Yes, but let me get. Oh no. Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen, but before I continue with what I was saying, Marcos insists that we get this party started. So
cheers.
We're finishing up the last bit of Evan Williams. Marcos says he is going to bring a bottle of what?
Don Julio
in the next episode, so expect to see us drinking tequila the next time he comes. Cheers.
That's like a white girl shot.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, for that stuff is rough, man. I thought it was a lot stronger just from the taste, but it's not really.
It's because you drank a lot. But yeah. So with the whole Joe Rogan thing, like I saw that, and I kind of just wanted to do that myself. I was like,
We're doing it, baby.
yeah, but this was like fucking more than 10 years ago and shit. I was kind of like, I was lost. That's the best way to describe it. I didn't know what I was going to do. I kind of just, I was too embarrassed, honestly, to even tell people that I wanted to do a podcast. If I always wanted to bring it up, but I would always hide what I actually wanted to do by saying, oh, like maybe get into radio. Because I mean,
that'd be cool, but that's a little different.
Yeah, it's definitely, you can't be talking about what we talk about on the radio. So
you might.
I don't think so.
You could well, that's the thing about radio. Maybe you gotta be good at knowing how to skirt around topics.
I don't skirt around topics. I just say it. But
I was saying more is it's more. You need to know people. You need connections.
Yeah, as opposed to just a podcast for pretty much. What the fuck was that? Well, that was weird. I've never seen the fucking camera shut down like that. But yes, I'll just finish this up. So yeah, as opposed radio versus a podcast, all I really needed was a fucking camera and a mic, really. And I kind of just substituted having a camera for a very nice mic for fucking who knows how long. And finally, now we're here. Now we're here with a fucking... I like this backdrop. How do you feel about this backdrop, Marcos?
Well, I'd try to figure something out a little more quicker to set up.
Well, now, we use technology to solve that issue, but... So, yeah, pretty much that's the story behind the podcast. I was kind of lost. I realized that doing a podcast was something that I would want to do. Like long term, maybe as a way to bring in income. We're still figuring that part out.
Caveman.
But yeah, I wanted to create an atmosphere, a place, pretty much for people that are also kind of feeling lost, kind of feeling down. And, I feel like right now during Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, I think this is the perfect time to kind of talk about the origin of ImWithCesar. And hopefully anyone that is also feeling lost, feeling down, feeling like a piece of shit, or, feeling like a failure, lonely, whatever. Hopefully you all could join us on these episodes. And hopefully we could... again, provide some relief, whether it's for 20 minutes or 30 minutes.
So what is the origin of ImWithCesar?
Well, that's the origin, It all started back in 2013. Shit.
That's a good while to keep going at something. That's a good while. So congrats on that.
Thank you. So yeah, if you're ever feeling like that, whether you're a man, woman, whatever the fuck you are, yeah, hopefully you tag along, enjoy the episode, and I hope it does provide some relief, and hopefully you join us for the next episode. I know some people might have thoughts of I'm not even going to use the term that YouTube wants me to use. I know some people might be struggling with their mental health in terms of whether they want to end it or not. Hopefully, maybe it's a little narcissistic to say, but hopefully my podcast could at least make you want to stick around for the next episode. Because I hope you stick around for the next episode. And I think...
Yes, I will.
Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. If Marcos could do it, you guys could do it too. Yeah, stick around for the next episode, Marcos, because
we're going to do dip.
We're going to do dip. And what'd you say? A bottle of Patron?
No, Don Julio.
All right, the good stuff. Hell yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, Stick around for the next episode if you're feeling like you just can't take it no more. I truly do hope that you stick around. Yeah, let's end this show. Stick around for the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. John Brinkus, rest in peace. I hope, I don't know if you have a family, but I hope your family finds peace as well. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you in the next episode.
Whether alive or dead, he has a mom or dad, yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.